I started with front-end development. Then I moved on to back-end development. Then someone said, learn DevOps. I was jumping from one thing to another, hoping it will eventually click. It didn't click. Hi, it's Issy here, and in today's video, I'm sharing something that I really wish I knew when I first started out. Whether you're trying to get into data analysis or any tech field, this video is for you. Just a bit of a background, right? When I got out of uni, I knew that I didn't want to practice what I had studied, but I was very drawn to tech without a specific goal. I was just drawn to tech. So I tried, learning how to build websites. And then before you know it, I was learning UI, UX, then back-end development. I was just tutorials upon tutorials. I was stuck in a loop and it was getting exhausting because I wasn't very productive and I wasn't really building things. And even when I was building things, not as much as I would have if I was focused on one path. But I was eventually able to break out of that loop when I got a job as a product manager. I did that for a while. It was nice. And then that also sparked my interest for data analysis. Now I've chosen data analysis. I wasn't still sure of the path to go, like what order to take, what comes first, how I should go about learning it, and things like that. Maybe should I start with SQL or should I start with Python or visualizations? It was just multiple things at the same time. And then I was able to get like a roadmap that has guided my learning so far and still does. Today, I want to show you another tool that you can use for your roadmap in data analysis or any tech field whatsoever. Let's check it out. This isn't sponsored or anything. It's just genuinely helpful. It's called roadmap.sh. When people ask me, what should I learn first for data analysis? I send this over to them.
That's the home screen. You see that it says, just describes what roadmap.sh is. And then you have the role-based roadmaps. So there are multiple roles in tech here. And then you have skill-based roadmaps. So if you're already skilled in one of the roles and you just want to learn a different tool, you can always look through the skill-based roadmaps, and then they have project ideas for people in front end, back end, or DevOps, and then they have some best practices and questions. But I'll just have a quick look at the data analyst one. So just load up. You have this here. You have the data analyst roadmap, you have the introduction, and then the introduction links you to different topics. And then you have learning SQL here, mastering data handling, and then data visualization, and it goes all the way down, right, with different topics linking to subtopics, and you can just go through every one of them in a more structured manner. So for instance, if I wanted to look into what is data analytics, and I just click on that and this would come up. So you have this information that they put here about data analytics, and then you have a course, which is a free resource. So once you click on this, it links out to a different course. So this is probably free because it's under the free resources. But then if you were looking for paid resources, then you could go to Data Camp and the other resources that they have here. One thing that I really like is that if you really didn't want to pay for like the premium resources and you wanted to check on YouTube for free resources, you can just click on YouTube here and it just takes in that pre-filled query and it says introduction to data analytics for data analysts, and then you can see some recommended videos that you can watch here. So I'll just go back to this, and once I've done all of this, I can then update my status to done or in progress. So I'll just update it to done. I need to sign in, so I'll just quickly sign in with Google. So I'm signed in now, and oh, that didn't show properly, but let me just do types of data analytics. If I update this to done, it crosses it off that I've completed it, and it shows here my progress so far, right? You can go through each of the topics and gain some really good skills from there. Let's just go back and look at one of the other roadmaps. So let's look at maybe front-end beginner. So there's front-end beginner and there's front-end. I think this one is more tailored to people that are just starting off with front-end. So you have this important tip just by the side, and all of the information. And then once you're done with all of this beginner level stuff, then it then links you to visit the detailed front end roadmap. Okay. And the beautiful thing about for developers is that they have projects that they can work on. So these are beginner based projects, and you can always submit a project idea as well. So let's click on single page CV, and it just gives you the information on how to build it, or like what you need to do basically. So just go back. So if you go back to all the roadmaps, it's still the same thing. So just pick what you want to learn and go with it. Another thing that I really like is that you can also generate your own roadmap with AI. So if I click on generate roadmap with AI, let's say I wanted to learn, they already have something on Python. I don't think they have anything on Tableau, so I'll just do Tableau. Yeah, and then generate. So this then generates a roadmap for Tableau, and yeah, it's already generated. You can go ahead to download it if you like, or share it, or save and start learning. So if I click on introduction to Tableau, it brings this up, right? This is just a brief introduction. And then if I want more information, I'll click on dive deeper using AI tutor. But I think this is paid, a part of it is paid. So if it's beginner or intermediate or advanced, depending on which it is for you, you can select it. So maybe I'll just do Tableau and then I'll do intermediate here. And if you want to tailor the course more to yourself, you can pre-fill the information and generate course. Then it generates some information about Tableau for you here. So just scrolling all the way down, it also has a part where you can test your knowledge. It's really nice. I know this is the paid version, so you would need to upgrade to be able to use this anytime you like. I'll go back. If you just wanted the roadmap without any, payment, you can pay if you want to, but if you don't want to, there are free resources here that you can have a look at. There are multiple role-based roadmaps, and there are also skill-based roadmaps here. There was something I wanted to point out that is really good that I like. So let's say I go to maybe let's do something around here. Maybe Power BI, and I want to improve their content, maybe to include my YouTube channel, for instance. I would just go to help us improve this content, and it takes me to GitHub. So once I'm not signed into my GitHub here, but once I'm signed in, I can then propose changes to them, and then they would look at it and see if they want to include it on the website. But if you don't know Git or GitHub, they also have a roadmap on that as well. So it's a really good tool. I'll just advise that if you can pay for the upgraded version, fine. But if not, honestly, the free version is also really good, has all of the information. If you want to start off in data analysis, this is a really good part to start with. And even if it isn't data analysis, there are multiple other role-based roadmaps that you can use here, and even generate yours as well. So it's really, really good. And I think lastly, there's the community roadmaps. So these are basically roadmaps that have been created by other people. So you can have a look at it. Let's just look at the Power BI data specialist one and see what the person did. So you can see that this is also a really, really good guide. So if you already have so much experience, you can also contribute to the community as well. So it's really good. I would really recommend it to anyone starting off with learning a skill. I also noticed that with the AI roadmaps, you can even generate non-tech stuff. So let's say I want to learn how to bake, for instance, and I do baking and I generate a roadmap. Okay. It then gives me a roadmap on baking. So if you're just looking for roadmaps on tech stuff, being a developer, data analyst, cybersecurity specialist, this is a really good place to start off.
This isn't just for data analysts or developers. it's a game changer because it gives you a structured plan without any form of confusion. Let me know what you're learning in the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And remember, focus on the right part, not on everything.